You've done the inner work, the therapy, the courses, the meditations, maybe even journal regularly. And yet you might still be feeling stuck. And you wonder, why do the same patterns keep playing out? Just with new people, new places, and new faces. Here's what no one's telling you: you're not stuck because you're broken. You're stuck because you're not integrating. And that's where there's a gap between the tools you use and how you move forward and make it stick. If you've been feeling like things are not sticking, like you're aware of so much but still can't move forward, you're not alone. You're in the middle of an identity shift where you're coming back to yourself, uncovering old layers, but don't know how to integrate them. And journaling, if done the right way, can help you get unstuck and step into your next level of clarity and truth. Hi, I'm Cindy, and on this channel, we talk about grounded, soulful transformation. And if that's the path you're on, make sure you subscribe. I'm here for the ones who are done with just consuming and are ready to truly start shifting and integrating. Now, there are hidden reasons why many people stay in loops. So let's go deeper and figure out why. Let's use the example of journaling. This is how many people journal. Today I feel anxious. I'm overwhelmed. I am confused. That type of journaling is fine. It's an emotional release. But that type of journaling keeps you inside your own loop because what you focus on, you rewire into your nervous system, your brain, and you reinforce. Your journal becomes an echo chamber for your old beliefs, not a portal for your new identity. The key to integrating and moving forward is learning how to reframe, rewire, and redirect your journaling. Otherwise, you'll end up processing forever and never transform. And I've seen this happen. I know people who are constantly processing, constantly trying to move forward, and then they circle back to where they were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago. It's not that they're doing anything wrong per se, it's just that they have not been taught to rewire, to change the story. So, what we're going to do now is look at some brain science so that we can have breakthroughs and actual transformation that sticks. Let's understand what's happening in your brain. This is an actual neurological, physical function. Every time you write something down, you're strengthening neural pathways. If all you do is repeat the story, I'm stuck, your brain memorizes that as your identity and it reinforces it and creates other things that will show you that is your identity. But when you use journaling to ask better questions, your brain starts rewiring itself around possibility. The right prompts activate new belief systems. They help you separate from your old triggers and reparent your patterns. They also give you access to the version of you who's already inside, who's ready to be free, but is covered in layers of falsehood or things that stopped serving you or are no longer you. What we want to do is to get to the core of who we are inside, our identity, our essence. And this is the future of self embodiment. This is where real change lives. So, what's important to do is reframe journaling. Today, I'm going to share how I guide my clients in personal one on one sessions to use journaling for actual transformation. The first step is to get quiet. Don't journal in chaos. Ground yourself first, breathe, and get still. The step two after that is to ask a transformative prompt. Here are three prompts that generally shift energy. The first one is, where am I keeping myself small to avoid discomfort? Another prompt is, what story am I believing today and what benefits from that belief? And the third one is, what does my future self already know that I am afraid to admit? These questions on the surface appear simple, but move something deep inside of you. They challenge your subconscious mind in a loving way. So, the next step we want to do once we have a prompt is to write down the first truth that comes to mind when you're journaling. Then you write down another deeper truth. And as you start writing, the first 5 to 6 sentences can generally be very surface. They can be about the old script, but keep on writing. Around the 10-minute mark, your real truth starts to come out, but you have to keep on going and dig deeper. And then as you do that, as the truth comes out, we're going to go into step number 4, which is to reframe and recode. When you finish writing, underline one limited belief that you noticed and then reframe it. Now, why do we reframe? Because what happens is, and this is where people stay stuck and never leave the loop, they find a limiting belief system, something that is no longer serving them or is no longer true. They find it, they identify it, and they say, okay, I release it. But they don't replace it. The way the brain works is that in order to move forward, to create new belief systems, you have to replace an old one with the new one. You cannot leave an empty vacuum. When you leave an empty space, what was there before will come back and reinsert itself. This is why you want to reframe. For example, instead of saying, I'm not ready, you can reframe to, I am learning how to lead myself through the unknown. That's the exact moment where the work begins to integrate because you're reframing and you're introducing something new to replace the old. If you have not been doing that, that's why nothing's been sticking. Now, the next thing we want to do is also do some soul integration. Let me ask you this. Are you using journaling as a mirror or as a microscope for your inner critic? Are you writing to reconnect with your truth or repeating the fears that keep you playing small? Because your journaling isn't just about dumping, it's about directing your present and your future. Tell me in the comments which one belief you are ready to rewrite starting today. If this resonated with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share with someone who can benefit. And remember, in this channel, we go deep. We move forward with love, strategy, and spiritual clarity. If you feel like you need additional support to go from processing to real progress, I do work one-on-one with clients who are walking through their shifts, career pivots, and emotional breakthroughs with purpose. You can check out the links below, as well as download some free tools that I share. Remember, you do not need to become somebody new. You need to reconnect with who you already are before the world taught you to play small. And journaling, if done the right way, can help take you back there. Until next time, make it a great day.